On the bench today is a BSR, I think this is, yeah, Quanta 800. I think this was BSR's maybe attempt at a high-end turntable. I've only worked on a couple of these, so this cover's not in horrible shape. I'll hit this with a polish. So this is a basic service for a customer. As you can see, the record, I've tested it out. I haven't fully tested it, so let's see what it does. And it's been about a week since I've touched this one. So it's the week after the holidays, and I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things and all that stuff. So it's set on 33. Oh, one thing I will show you, and I'm not going to test sound because if you look at that stylus, it's been pretty bad. So I don't have any. It says it's a Shure M70 EJ. Don't have a stylus for this. Talk to the customer. They're good with replacing the cartridge. So we will be doing that. But before we do that, let's just test kind of the functionality of the turntable. So I saw it came on. It seems that that tone arm elevator is going to have to be adjusted because it's almost sitting on top of the record, but it's not. And then go to the end. And this is auto return. So that's good. Let's see, I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit and see what's going on with the... Now this looks like it has a quartz lock. And that looks like the manual speed adjustment there. And the speed control pots are way dirty. Like, the speed's going all over the place. I know you can't really see it on the record, but the strobe is showing that the speed is really inconsistent. Yeah, see how it just went to nothing? So, speed control pots will have to be cleaned. Luckily, it's a quartz lock. Seems like the quartz lock is okay. The cut button. See what that does. Got anti-skate. Cool. So this is just going to be a basic service. So what I'll start doing, or what I'll start off doing before I get too far, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a new cartridge on this and test for sound, because I don't want to get in here and assume I have sound, you know, on both channels when I actually don't. So I think I've mentioned this before. The cartridge that I like to use is the Audio-Technica 3600. So that's kind of my preferred cartridge if people don't want to spend money. I mean, if someone, I have another turntable coming up where the owner, they already have a cartridge picked out. Now I still have to put one on it to test it, so I'll use a 3600 or really whatever I have laying around to do that. I'll pop this off. Yeah, that's an okay cartridge. I mean, all right. So, I need to get my little box of screws. And put the new cartridge on. So what I'll do is I'll put the new cartridge on, get it all set up, and then I'm going to run it through my stereo and make sure I have balanced sound on both channels, and then I'll get into completing the service on this thing. Alright, new cartridge installed. Just show you. There's the Audio-Technica 3600L. These run a little heavy, so let's kind of do a quick tracking adjustment. I'm going to set it for 2.5 grams. And let's see. All I'm getting is hum. Let's see. There we go. I use extenders to connect turntables, and sometimes they get loose. So, yep. Balanced sound out of both channels. Sounds good. Hope Tony Orlando doesn't come after me because I played, 3 seconds or 5 seconds of that song. Now it's going to stop. And I need to see, I don't know if these are built-in RCA cables or not. These may be, this may be one of those where you just plug them into the back. I'm really not sure. Alright, so old screws go into my screw container here. And that cartridge will go into the box with the other cartridges. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Man, well, direct drive turntables, it's hard to tell what's kind of normal in terms of how easily they're supposed to spin, so. Alright. So what I'm going to have to do with this is flip it over, remove the bottom, and I should be able to get to all of the controls. And let's see what's going on. Nope, those are, yeah, that RCA cable is the original RCA cable. Quality Services, West Point, Nebraska. I wonder if they're still in business. I don't know. Looks to be, hopefully this is pretty straightforward. Plastic. So again, not a super high quality turntable. Probably by BSR standards, this is a really nice turntable. I'm not familiar with the entire product line, so I don't know if this is a like they're high end or what the deal is. So, all right. So let's see, what do we got here? Pitch control. Clean that up. Got a bug in there from who knows when. Got some other speed controls. So I'm going to see how close this pitch control is here, and if it's not at least reasonably close to the center, more than likely here are the speed control adjustments for, you can see where it's got 33 and 45. Alright, so spun that a bunch of times. Not real sure about All right, not real sure about the platter spindle. Hopefully I can remove this, flip it over, see what's going on with the lubrication status of that spindle. Make sure this is unplugged, and it is. And this looks to be kind of similar to where's my little screwdriver? This plate should come off, kind of like on my Marantz 6300 that I did a video on. I'm thinking this little plastic plate will just pop off, and then I can pull the platter spindle off and lube it. Ooh, I don't know. I can remove this. That's interesting. So it uses some type of, I'm assuming that's an optical sensor. Take that, remove this clip, it's going to be in the way, if I can. Oh, I don't know if that comes off there. Okay, long screw goes on the, what did I just remove? Oh, that wasn't the right one. There we go. There. All right. Well, there's still a little bit of oil in there, but let's see how nasty it is down in there. Oh, it's really not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Okay, so I'm gonna get some alcohol and swab, clean this out, kind of do the standard lubrication, put this back together, and then flip this over and give it another test run, and then kind of see where we're at from there. Rotten lens cover. Left it closed. All right, so that wasn't too bad. You can turn off the light so I can see the speed. I'll slide it back a little bit and see if you can see. Well, actually, you saw how the speed completely, how the turntable just stopped moving. So, oh, I got to see if I can raise that adjust the tone arm elevator there too. All right, so right now looking at speed. Lubing it actually did free this up quite a bit, so I mean it'll spin for quite a while now. So let's give it some power and go up. And right now it's on manual speed, and The speed is locked in. Yeah, it's not drifting at all. Now, it's not in the center between the plus and the minus, but if you look at, hit the light here. So here's the little knob indicator. You can actually swing this quite a ways, right? So plus or minus. So I think that's going to be okay right there. And most likely the quartz lock is going to be used anyway. And quartz lock is still good. So it's pretty nice. All right, so let's see if we can raise this tone arm elevator. Move from power. I think this little set screw there is what I want to move. And I use about maybe 10 millimeters as a target in terms of how far it's off of the record. This is about 4, I'm guessing 4 or 5. So I'm gonna see if I can pop this up a little bit. All right, let's see. Yeah, so that's quite a bit higher. But let's see. Yeah, cool. So I can actually slide the cap. I can almost slide the cap underneath the stylus. So that's about where I want it to be. So that's good. Let me get my alignment tool. Don't always do this on camera, but I just use this Hudson Hi-Fi alignment tool just to make sure I'm close. What I've noticed is, and this is not always true, but what I've noticed is on a lot of head shells, you'll either have a mark on the side to where you can see where the stylus aligns on the side, but a lot of times the screws, I've noticed that the screws are kind of in line with the handle here, and you get really close. Like in this case, I am probably not going to get it any closer at that position or at that position. All right, so comfortable with the alignment on this. Everything's been lubed. I guess the only thing left to do on this is the dust cover. And again, this dust cover is in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna clean it off. There's some paint or something on here I'm gonna have to clean off. I'm not gonna be able to remove too many scratches, but we'll see what we can take care of. So here's the before. Let me go take care of this, and I'll follow up with the after, and we'll be done with the BSR Quanta 800. Again, this Novus scratch remover is, the fine scratch remover is just amazing. It is really good stuff. All right, BSR Quanta 800 is done. Ready to go back to the owner. Pretty straightforward turntable service on this one. So as always, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.